Do y'all have child support in Venezuela?
Yes, but it doesn't always works. Like here, well, I'm not going to talk about that, but here, not all the laws work. So
Okay, you're saying just in general all the laws don't work. Like sometimes
yes,
the laws are like guidelines. They're not something that are they're like suggestions.
yes, basically they are.
What kind of man you looking for, Mama? A man that is generous, a man that's a giver. So, and you don't have to be black. So I like all race. I don't discriminate at all. Should he make a certain amount of money? Um, and over 100K. Let's just say either at 100K or a little bit over it. And the reason why I say that is because I'm literally there in my career, but also I know myself, and I hate to say this, but I will talk down on a man that make less than me. So I choose not to lower that. I want somebody to make over than I make, so it won't be no arguments and there won't be no jealousy. So yeah. Couple questions, okay. You have a 4-year-old. Does your 4-year-old's dad make 100K? No, that's why I'm not with him actually because he's jealous of me. But we're not gonna get into that. Well, we're gonna stay here for 1 second because what's what men will say. You had a baby by a man that didn't make 100K, but now you want a man that makes 100K or more to raise that child with you. They're gonna, yeah, that's I understand. But when you have a kid, you do raise the bar, and unfortunately, and it's just that you raise the bar. I know where I am in my career. I know what I make, so it is what it is. If you don't make that, it's totally okay. You don't have to reach out to me. It's somebody else for you, not me. I want the black man stop paying attention to those podcasts. Get out here and get in the field for real. Go make some money. Stop arguing with females. Go make your money. If the guy made 70K, don't reach out to you. I prefer not to, honestly. Don't do it. Sam Major said, when you have a child, you raise the bar, but you lowered your value. To me, I didn't lower my value. That's to me. Okay, have you ever dated a man that makes 100K or more? No. Okay. So do you want more kids? No. You don't want more kids? No. Y'all probably would. If I go into details, y'all probably would be looking at me like I'm crazy. I want a man that cooks for me.
Yeah.
So you're not going to cook either? No.
No.
Don't cook. Go ahead, Kendra. Come on. I gotta do it for you, girl. Kendra, let's go on to the next. I had to do it, girl. Now, you almost made it through, but now you don't want to cook. You ain't having no more kids.
She's saying she showed her that picture because that's going to be the only man she could get is the one she just drew right there on that piece of paper. So my question for you is, first of all, in Venezuela, is it common for women to date men who make less money than them? And for the ones who do, will they talk trash to them, talk down to them, talk bad to them if they do make more money than them? To your knowledge.
I mean, yes, okay. There are women that do date men like they don't care about how much money they made. I do know like couples where she's like the lead, she makes like more money than him, but I haven't seen them talking the way that girl in the video did. But there are also like girls that hurt that do think like that. So it's like 50-50, literally.
Okay, they're definitely out there. There's definitely, I mean, is it, let me say this. Will other girls in society look down on a girl who's dating a man who has less money than her? Like,
Some girls may probably do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Yeah,
mean,
because there are girls that think like her. Yeah, I can't deny that.
okay, I can't be mad that women want men that make more money. I mean, women typically are hypergamous. But how about on daily basis do women cook and clean or do they look like it as slavery such as a lot of women in America do. Like a lot of women in America, they don't want to cook and clean. They don't.
Yes, yes, there are. I'd say again, it's like 50-50. There are girls that are like tired of doing that because, in the past, it was like the woman has to stay at home and do all of that. But now there are girls that like want to actually explore the world and do different things. So there are women tired of doing that and they totally reject. But there are also, like, on the other half, women that don't mind doing that.
So you're saying in your country it's more like 50-50
Yes.
between modern women and traditional.
I mean, I know a couple. They have like a kid, and she is the one that goes out. She's the one that does like the work, and he stays at home. He's like the housewife. So it's like different, and he doesn't mind
Is
doing
that
that.
common though? That's the
So
thing. Is that common or does
yes,
this? Hmm, okay. And the relationship works perfectly fine, is what you're saying. She treats
I
him nice.
think
She treats him
like
nice.
from outside, it looks like it works.
Yeah, you're saying, but you really don't know. Hmm.
Exactly.
So, what do people think about women who have kids? Like, I'll say here in America, what she was saying is she got a super chat in which the guy said, "You want more from a man, but you lowered your value," and she's saying that because she has a child. Do men typically think that in Venezuela? Like, if you have a baby, then your value plummets.
They don't mind. There are men that say like, okay, I can be the stepfather. Like they don't
Really?
mind. They don't look down on her. Yes.
They don't have any problem being the stepdaddy.
They don't have any problem.
I gotta give Venezuelan men a round of applause because
Is it like that there in the United States? They do. They
um
don't like it.
I mean, what I would say is some guys, a lot of guys do it. Like, let me say this. This is what I think about it. I think it's more like if you have, now me, one child isn't a big deal, but if you have like two or more,
Yes.
I will deal with you, but like the marriage thing is kind of marrying a woman with a bunch of
Mm-hmm.
kids. I don't know if I really want to take care of a bunch of somebody else's children because that's all coming out of my
Yes.
pocket. Most men are going to be the ones providing for the household, and you got a bunch of, well, I don't know. We got like child support here. If the woman puts the guy on child support, a lot of times the women can take care of the kids by themselves because the father is on child support. She's getting money from the father.
Mm-hmm.
Do y'all have child support in Venezuela?
Yes, but it doesn't always work. Like here, well, I'm not going to talk about that, but here, not all the laws work. So
Okay, you're saying just in general all the laws don't work. Like sometimes
yes.
the laws are like guidelines. They're not something that are. They're like suggestions.
Yes, basically they are.
I heard that somewhere else before, man. I think it might have been Colombia or something. They were like, the laws here are just like
Yeah,
suggestions. I mean,
here in Latin America, they are like just decorating. The laws are like decoration because they don't work.
hmm. And you say that because what the police they might be crooked or something. That's what it is. They're like the police don't care. I don't know. I can say
Yes.
that one thing I can say
They don't
about
care.
America is the laws. They definitely work. They might work too
Yeah, I've
good.
seen that. I've heard that.
So you're saying with child support though, with child support, like you could put somebody on child support, but if they don't pay you, they're not gonna. If you don't pay child support in America, first they're gonna take your license, so you can't drive. Next, well,
Wow.
they're gonna take your passport as well, so you can't leave the country. And then, if you don't pay for so long, you get way behind. They're gonna take you and put you in jail. Like my uncle, he ended up doing 6 months in
Wow.
jail. Like he was getting locked up because he was so far behind. He was like something crazy, like $60,000 behind, and that's like a whole lot of money, $60,000.
Yeah.
And he couldn't pay it. I guess he wasn't working. I think he was like a trucker, and he couldn't drive because they took his license since he was behind on child support. He couldn't make
Yes.
money, so they kept throwing him in jail, to the point that his the woman that he owed the money to, his child's mother, she just got tired of seeing him get thrown in jail. She felt bad for him, and she just said she doesn't even want the money anymore. Just
Wow.
let him go, leave him alone. And I'm like,
Oh, that's very sad.
but you should never get that far behind on child support. But everybody has their own problems, so I can't.
Yes, yes.
But there's nothing like that in Venezuela. Huh? If they don't pay,
No.
they just don't pay. The woman is just left with nothing.
Yes, exactly. I actually think that the law, like the child support, I think it doesn't exist here because I haven't heard people here talking about it. It's just like they separate, and the woman expects the dad like to pass some money, but they don't normally do it. They won't do it, so they are just like, okay, I gotta deal with all the money.
So the woman has to take full care. That's man. Hey, I had one of these conversations with a girl from the Philippines, and she said the exact same thing in the Philippines. In the Philippines, they don't even have divorce in the Philippines. Do you
What?
Yeah, it's a Catholic country, so once you're married forever. but
Oh, that's
but I mean,
crazy.
y'all surely have divorce in Venezuela, right?
Yes, yes, we do.
Okay, but you said that most people typically don't get married because it's expensive.
Exactly. Yeah, lately people has not been getting married. They just like move together and that's it.
They live together, they have kids. If the guy just wants to leave, he could just up and leave, and
Exactly.
nothing happens.
And he doesn't
The kid and the
give money
lady.
to the baby.
Okay, hopefully, if he's a good man, he'll give money to the baby.
Yes.
But if he doesn't want to, he doesn't have to. Well, it's rough. I guess I'm happy for America because child support takes. This is how I feel. Child support takes 20% of the guy's income. Now, 20% to me is a lot of money. I kind of feel like it should be like 10 or 15% because 20%. So you got to think about it. It's 20% of your income. They tax you. America taxes you typically 30 to 40%. So that's more than half of your income right there. And then if you get something like alimony, which is another 10%, I mean, it could be 60% of your income, 70% of your income could be gone before you even see it. But I'm
Yeah,
a,
it's a lot.